But I warn you, what I have to share with you, you may not have heard anywhere else.
You can't handle the truth!
So there was a little skirmish, a brush up at the border last night. The president lobbed some tear gas over. Democrats are losing their minds, forgetting that Barack Obama pepper sprayed illegal border crossers. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. So you're going to have to think. Thinking can hurt, but thinking can also produce great results. Now I want you to think about something. And no, I'm not just talking about the border issue. We're going to get to that in more detail tomorrow. But Rod Rosenstein, part of that deep state, part of that Hillary Rodham Clinton cover-up. Remember, it was Barack Obama and Hillary Rodham Clinton working together to make sure that one Donald Trump did not become the president of the United States, but to ensure the Obama legacy would continue and Hillary would still have her private little slush fund, i.e. the Clinton Foundation, that she would never be hauled into any real account over Benghazi or her private email server. So, James Comey, FBI director, writes her exoneration before she's even been interviewed by the FBI, makes the case that, yes, she conducted and concocted all types of illegal activity, but no reasonable prosecutor would ever really go after this. James Comey gets himself canned by President Trump because, well, their little plot to stop Trump from becoming president, it backfired big time. Then, of course, they have to go to work now to protect the deep state. So out comes the dossier funded by the Clinton campaign about Donald Trump and hookers in Moscow and Putin. Oh, my. Wiretaps by Obama on Trump Tower. A special investigator, prosecutor, counsel is brought in, i.e. Robert Mueller. And Robert Mueller, one-time director of the FBI, buddy, pal, friend, chum of Jimmy Comey, he starts on this witch hunt into all things Russia. Jeff Sessions, the alleged attorney general at that time, recused himself completely of all things Russia, which he didn't have to, or he at least should have told President Trump about beforehand. He didn't, which has always led me to ask the simple question, what did Hillary Rodham Clinton have on Jeff Sessions? What was it? Was it videotape of him doing unmentionable things with barnyard animals? I mean, what type of blackmail did she have on Jeff Sessions? I mean, this woman is so vile and so corrupt, and she hasn't figured out the reason she lost the election had nothing to do with Russia. And what does this whole Russian investigation actually produce? Well, we found out some people in the Ukraine might have hacked some DNC emails. Ooh. We found out that Paul Manafort, maybe 15 years before he ever knew Donald Trump, made money in the Ukraine and failed to maybe disclose all of it to the federal government in the form of tax. Ooh. But nothing that connects Donald Trump to Vlad Putin to overthrow an election. Nothing, nada. Because trust me, if it was there, it would have leaked. It would have geysered by now on purpose to discredit and to impeach this man. Nothing. So when Jeff Sessions resigned and the Dems went into meltdown mode, some people began to ask, well, when's Rod Rosenstein gone? Because remember, before the midterms, it came out, it was on tape, that Rosenstein talked about wearing a wire every time he was around the president, trying to get him to incriminate himself. And everybody was talking about entrapment, and he's part of the deep state cover-up. Well, duh. He gave Mueller virtual carte blanche to investigate anything that he wanted. Yep. At the end of the day, Rod Rosenstein is what he is. He is sewer seepage. He is a swamp dweller. He is your typical Poindexter, wire rim glasses geek who has lived his whole life as a wonk within the system. He is just an entrenched bureaucrat. An entrenched bureaucrat with obvious Democratic leanings, but a bureaucrat who at the end of the day, his loyalty is to the person that will ensure that he has a job and i.e. some relevance. So for quite a while, his loyalty lied with Hillary Rodham Clinton, Barack Misopotamus, James Comey, Robert Mueller. But after he got exposed for trying to entrap the president to Article 25 him, remember the president took him for a little plane ride. Now, one of the things that we keep talking about with the Mueller investigation is who from Team Trump has Mueller rolled? Who has he gotten to flip on the president? Well, it wasn't Flynn. Flynn lost everything bankrupt. It's not Manafort. So who is it that Mueller was lustfully hoping and fantasizing that he could get to flip on Donald Trump? Hasn't happened. But has Donald Trump now beaten them at their own game? And this is what you're going to hear here. You're not going to hear anywhere else. Did President Trump flip Rosenstein? Did President Trump on that little plane ride make it clear to him, look, I'm going to bounce Sessions to the wind? And by the way, producing his own dossier at that point, let Mr. Rosenstein know, my people have gone to work, and here's what we've got on you. But I'm willing to keep quiet about it, and I don't know what the final plan is, whether it's I intend for you, if Bob Mueller tries to concoct or create anything about me in regards to Russian collusion, I am going to expect you to stand up and ferociously debunk it, refute it, and defend me. But see, I don't think it's that, because I think if there was any there, we would certainly have known about it by now. And Mueller certainly would have done it before the midterms to really have shaken things up. So I don't think there's any there with the Mueller investigation. So what is it that he needs Rosenstein to do? Why is he keeping him there? Why hasn't he fired him? And this is strictly, it is a theory. It is just a theory. I don't have any insider baseball on this one. I haven't talked to a Roger Stone or anyone else to confirm this theory. But this is strictly a theory. Could he have flipped Rosenstein for Hillary? In other words, Rod, I'm going to keep your secrets and you're going to keep your job. But you're going to let the new acting attorney general, Mr. Whitaker, who's not there to stop Bob Mueller, nay. He and you're going to go after Hillary. It's time that she gets indicted. In other words, does Rod Rosenstein still have a job? Is he still there, not because he's part of the deep state, but now he's part of, shall we say, Deep Trump. And he's there to lock her up.
Pastor Marty is on the drive at 5.
We're on a mission from God.